What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame Over 4. In this issue we have another 4 of them coming. So we have issue 11 of Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. In here we have another 4. So like I said, this feels really thick. I don't know why this just feels thicker than usual, but anyway. So we have Car Part Stage 35, which is really cool. So I just want to get into where we're going to be doing. We also will be doing in the next video stage 36, then we'll be doing a video after that, 37, and then 38, which is really cool. Can't wait to get into this with you guys. It's really going to be fun. So in this video we're going to be doing stage 35, which is the battery box. So you want to make sure you got your pieces. So these are our pieces here. I'm going to go grab them all out, and then we're going to do a quick parts check offset, and then we're going to go start the build. Okay, so see you in a sec. Okay guys, we've taken them all out, we've checked them all off, and we are back. So we do have quite a lot of screws, so we will just obviously be screwing a lot of stuff together, which we'll possibly fast forward through, but we'll try and do it so that you can see what's happening. So the first thing we need to have is 35A, and 35A is not the one that has the hole in it, but it is the one that has the square section cut out. These are actually metal as well, these little brackets, so that's really cool. So you need to lay this down flat here, like so. What do we want to do is make sure that we have the battery box here, and they want to make sure that the cables or the wires that are coming out of this are in this section like so, and that we have the little cutout at the top there. So that just sits in place like so, and then it should look like that underneath where all the batteries would go. So what we're going to do, we are just going to quickly go pop 4 IP screws in either one of these, and once we've done that we'll come straight back. So there you go guys, it's as simple as doing that. So all you need to do is put 4 IP screws in either side so that it looks like that at that section, and then in the inside it should be like this, so where you'd pop all the batteries in. So I'm guessing Model Mods will come up with a fix for that, so that you can probably have the power mod at some stage, but until then we will just carry on and do it as normal. So what it's saying for us to do here is asking this to all be lifted up out of the way, because it will need to go up and through the hole in this section, which is 35B. So what you need to do is just pop all of that through that hole there. Make sure that that's all in and out of the way, and then that will just sit on nicely into place. There is a little bit of a cutout, so you can kind of see where it goes, and then that should sit like that, so that it's all one piece with those hanging out. What we're going to need to do now is the tedious bit, put the IP screws in the big cutout holes that are in this. So we're going to go screw that together, and then we'll come back once that is complete. So now that's done like that guys, yeah, as you can see there, which I said before, the IP screws go into the bigger holes at the back. So there's 4 holes, they go into the bigger ones at the back there, so that is where they go. And then you want to just have these hanging out like so. So you want to do it this way up, and it's asking for the it's saying that it wants this section to come out this side and that out that side, but at this stage I wouldn't worry about that too much. On that section you will now need to pop in this little battery cover, so that will just click into there. There's 2 little reset cutouts, and then that pushes in there like so. Sounds a bit plasticky, but it's probably because it is plasticky. So there you go. So that's the nice, it's actually a really nice battery box cover, to be fair, and it does look like the fuel tank, so I'm hoping that's what they're going with. So you want to have those little wires sticking out there. That's going to be the switch. It's going to be your on-off switch there, and then you want to have the cable there, or the little wire there that says A on it. So there you go. So the next thing it's asking us to do is to have it mounted onto the actual vehicle itself. So we will just go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to get the trusty towel back out, just for the front section only because we're going to be putting it down onto the front. And I'm hoping I can show you guys the back bit. So it's going to pop it down there like so. Pop the main head onto there. So there we go. Right, so what this wants us to do, this is going to be one of those tricky situations, because we need to put it into place, and then we obviously need to screw it up. So let's just see what it wants us to do. So it wants us to mount this box section here on first. So it's saying for us to put this in. There's 3 holes and they just go in like so. So that will just sit into that section. Not sure whether it's going to line up as well as I want it to. So it should just go in like that. And then on the inside, we need to put 3 IP screws in to hold that into place. So I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do it by holding it up on its side with the wheels, but I'm hoping to just hold it up like that and then show you afterwards where we are with it. So as you can see there, the box is just into this section here. So that is the 35E, that black box section there with the hole in it. And then on the other side, we'll just turn it around this way because it'll be easier. You can see that there are some IP screws holding it into place. So on this side here, so there's 1, 2, 3 there. So there's 1, 2, 3 IP screws holding it on into that section there. The next thing, what it wants us to do, it wants us to now mount the box through. So it's telling us to just put the box section into place. So what we need to do is we just need to feed these little wires through to the top, like so. And then we need to make sure that it mounts on using these little tiny pegs underneath, which I'll have to show you from this side in a second. But they are going to be a little bit fiddly to line them up. They shouldn't be too hard. I'm just going to turn it up the other way to show you. So it should look, we need to get it around the right way, so it needs to go that way round. And then there are, like I said, some holes that will just mount onto. There you go, so that sits into place like that, so that's holding that on. And then to keep that from going anywhere, just lost a little screw down there. To keep that from going anywhere, we put these little brackets into place here, and they screw on down in there, and that will hold it on. So they're like little fuel straps there that will hold that on there. So just need to push that into place, like so. And then we will need to put them on. So I'm just going to put the little screws in. So they will be held in by BM screws. So I'm just going to put the BM screws on, and then we will be back in a sec. So now those brackets are now holding that down. I will give you a zoomed in look at this, but I'm going to turn it around because it wants us to do some things on the other side. So let's just flip it around this way, and then you should have your cables coming up through there like so. So what it wants us to do, it wants us to get 2 EM screws, and then it wants us to mount this little switch into the hole over here. So we will quickly go do that. So it wants us to mount that into here. Not too sure whether you can get it round the wrong way. I'm just putting it round this way for now. So these are the 2 EM screws holding that down. Put one in there, and this is going to be the switch to turn it on and off. And we've got the other one here as well. So there you go. So now that switch is in place, let's see if I can turn it around so you can see. So the switch is now under there, so you can turn it off and on. You should just have your cables coming out there like that, and then on the back section there, you've got 2 EM screws holding that in place. I'll just flip that up so you can see. So the box there is held on by 2 straps, and they have the BM screws holding it on either side. So the straps just go over there, that just sits in place, and then on the bottom there it has the strap there too. So That's really good. And then that is what it should look like when it's done. Right, so if yours is looking like that, guys, and you're happy with it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly flip that around like so. Take this back out again. Just pop that down there. And that's what it wants stage 35 to look like. We will be, again, in the next issue, we're going to be doing the fuel tube and steering wheel parts. So that's going to be amazing. Can't wait to do that with you. If you haven't already, please remember to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe just by clicking the button here. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.